Welcome friends. Let us go for the next part of discussion about the water. Water is divided into two categories on behalf of its ability to give lather with respect to either soap or the detergent. Certain waters easily produces lather with soap or the detergent. Such kind of water is said to be the soft water. Whereas the other which does not produces easily, which requires large amount of soap or the detergent or does not produces any kind of lather are said to be the hard water. The basic chemical reason behind the hardness and softness is like this. Water free from soluble salts of magnesium and calcium is soft water, whereas presence of any salts of either calcium or magnesium in the form of either their bicarbonates or in the form of chlorides or in the form of sulfates are responsible for the hardness, and that water doesn't produce any kind of lather, and that water is said to be the hard water. Whereas even iron salts and the excess concentration of proton, that is acidic conditions, also produces hardness to the water. As a whole, what we can conclude is here water containing except either alkali or the ammonium causes hardness to it, whereas alkali metal salts and ammonium, if they are present, that doesn't offers any kind of hardness to the water. The chemical reason behind the hardness of water is soap consisting of sodium stearate, that is C17H35COO, which is soluble inside the water and which produces lather on reaction with water. But whereas whenever the hard water is present, hard water is consisting of calcium bicarbonate, otherwise the magnesium bicarbonate, else it is consisting of calcium chloride or calcium sulfate or magnesium chloride or the magnesium sulfate. Thus the +2 of the cation species combines with the sodium stearate and it replaces the sodium. In the place of sodium unit positive charge, this dipositive charge metal cation forms the anion counter and with the counter anion. As a result, it is having lower solubility product, hence it's precipitate. Due to this precipitation, no more dissolution of soap is available in water. As a result, no lather will occur. Thus, calcium magnesium stearate produced, which is a precipitate, due to its precipitation, no more dissolution of the soap in water is possible, and whatever the dissolved soap is present, it now appears in the form of precipitate. Thus, no more reaction of soap and water occurs and no ether is produced. This is the basic reason behind the hardness of the water. If we remove the basic reason for the causing of hardness related +2 ions, then that hard water will be converted to the soft water. On behalf of easiness of removal of the corresponding ions of the +2 cations, this hardness is divided into two categories. One is temporary hardness and second one is permanent hardness. Let us go for the classification of hardness. The hardness of water is divided into two categories. A certain variety of hardness which can be easily removable is said to be the temporary hardness, whereas the other hardness which is very difficult to remove is said to be the permanent hardness. Here, though that is temporary or the permanent, that is caused by the dissolved ionic substances, whereas this temporary hardness is due to bicarbonates of either magnesium or calcium, that is magnesium bicarbonate or the calcium bicarbonate, whereas permanent hardness is due to chlorides and sulfates of magnesium as well as the calcium, that is 4 compounds combination. Maybe it is magnesium chloride or magnesium sulfate or calcium chloride or the calcium sulfate, whereas this hardness is due to bicarbonate, single variety of anion, hence it is said to be the bicarbonate hardness, and it can be easily removed. One of the easiest method is boiling. Whereas this particular permanent hardness is not easily removable. Special chemical methods are to be applied for the removal of this permanent hardness. Whereas whatever the methods applied for the removal of permanent hardness is there, those can erase whatever the temporary hardness present in this. Before going to the removal of hardness, let us go for the solubilities, which is very important to understand the chemical reactions. Here we are having two varieties of things. One is bicarbonates of second A group and the carbonates of second A group. That is carbonates and bicarbonates of alkaline earth metals. Out of these bicarbonates and the carbonates, because bicarbonates can be produced from the carbonates, carbonates can be converted to bicarbonates, whereas bicarbonates are having higher solubility compared to the carbonates. That is what here magnesium bicarbonate is more soluble than the magnesium carbonate. Similarly, calcium bicarbonate is also more soluble in the calcium carbonate. That is KSP product, if you take KSP of bicarbonates is higher compared to the KSP of the carbonates of alkaline earth metals. Methods to remove the hardness of water. The temporary hardness is removed by two varieties of techniques. One is by boiling, second one is Clark method. Whereas the material or the chemical used in the Clark method is calcium hydroxide. Whereas the permanent hardness is removed by soda process, otherwise the Kalgan process, or the pyramid process, otherwise ion exchange natural process, or the synthetic resin method. In soda process, the chemical used is sodium carbonate, whereas in Kalgan process, the chemical used is sodium hexametaphosphate, that is derivative of metaphosphoric acid, HPO2, that is sodium metaphosphoric acid 6 times combination is said to be the sodium hexametaphosphate, that is Na3P3 OA Na6P3, this is Na6P6 O18, that is present in the form of Na2 of Na4 PO6 PO3 6 times, that is said to be the Kalgan. Whereas the pyramid process, in pyramid process we are using pyramid, that is a zeolite, that is artificial zeolite. Zeolite is an hydrate of sodium aluminium orthosilicate having formula Na2Al2 Si2O8 XH2O, which is formed by the combination of sodium carbonate to alumina silica on heating to fusion temperature followed by slowly cooling leads to the formation of a solid material having empirical relation as Na2Al2 SiO4 twice followed by X molecules of water is said to be the zeolite. In the last case, synthetic resin method, we will use two varieties of resins. One is acidic resin and second one is basic resin. Resin is basically a giant organic molecule and which is connected to a solid support. Having extended chain, at the end it is having a functional group like COOH group is said to be the acidic resin. It can replace all cations by the H bases. Similarly, the same way basic resin, which is having the support of solid followed by having a lengthy organic chain connected with a basic group like hydroxylamine, that is NH3 plus followed by OH minus, which can exchanges all varieties of anions. Thus, a giant organic molecule takes a support of solid followed by having acid exchange portion like acid and that is proton exchange portions like acid and the OH minus exchange portions like NH3 OHs are said to be the resins. First method, that is removal of temporary hardness by boiling method. Here the temporary hardness is due to bicarbonate, hence it is also known as bicarbonate hardness. Whereas magnesium bicarbonate and calcium bicarbonate are responsible for the temporary hardness. On heating, the calcium bicarbonate, dissolved calcium bicarbonate is converted as a precipitate of calcium carbonate followed by carbon dioxide is a gas, water is water molecules, thus it can be removed easily. All the cations present in that will be erased easily, hence it is ion free water, hence it is soft water. In the same way, magnesium bicarbonate also on heating, it is converted to magnesium carbonate followed by carbon dioxide and water, it is also a redox reaction. In this case, due to low solubility of another magnesium compound, that is magnesium hydroxide, whereas the solubility product of magnesium hydroxide is less compared to the magnesium carbonate, on heating magnesium bicarbonate, that may leads to the formation of magnesium hydroxide, which is a precipitate, easily removable, followed by carbon dioxide gas. Every reaction of this one is an example for non-redox reaction because there is no change in oxidation number of any of the components involved in the transformation. Second method, that is the Clark method, whereas the reagent used in the Clark method is calcium hydroxide. Whereas the calcium bicarbonate, otherwise the magnesium bicarbonate, is responsible for the temporary hardness. These are reaction with the calcium hydroxide that leads to the formation of calcium carbonate followed by water. Calcium carbonate is having low solubility product, it is a solid, it is precipitated, it can be removed easily, hence hard water is converted to soft water. If it is having magnesium bicarbonate on reaction with the calcium hydroxide, that leads to the formation of magnesium hydroxide followed by calcium carbonate formation takes place. Both are solids and can be easily removed. In this, one precaution has to be taken, that is the calculated amount of calcium hydroxide has to be added. If suppose excess amount of calcium hydroxide is added, due to this excess calcium hydroxide, it causes artificial permanent hardness. Yes, removal of permanent hardness, the first method is soda process. In this, the chemical used is sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate on reaction with the chlorides of either magnesium or calcium, that leads to the formation of the double displacement reaction, and non-redox reaction takes place. Sodium halide followed by the corresponding metal carbonates which are insoluble, precipitates formation occurs and they can be easily removed. Suppose on reaction with calcium chloride, sodium chloride followed by calcium carbonate formation. On reaction with magnesium chloride, here also sodium chloride followed by magnesium carbonate, insoluble precipitate formation occurs and can be removed easily. Similarly, on reaction with sulfates, here also the sodium sulfate followed by calcium carbonate and the magnesium carbonate, insoluble carbonates formation occurs and they can be easily removed. Thus, hardness is removed and it is converted to soft water. One important note in the soda process is we are using sodium carbonate, whereas the magnesium salts related hardness is converted into the form of magnesium carbonate and it is removed. But magnesium carbonate is having to certain extent solubility in water. As being it is soluble in water, the total magnesium carbonate can't be removed from the water. Thus, this is not suitable for the magnesium ions. But to remove the magnesium related hardness, the best method is soda lime process, because in this we are using calcium hydroxide. As a result of reaction, it is converted to magnesium hydroxide, which is having very less solubility and it is easily removable. In Kalgan method, the chemical is used is sodium hexametaphosphate. This on reaction with the hard water consisting of magnesium ions and the calcium ions, what happens is the internal 4 sodium ions are replaced by the 2 divalent cations like either calcium or the magnesium. Thus, on reaction with the calcium salts like either calcium chloride or the calcium sulfate, that leads to the formation of Na2. If suppose this is calcium, Ca2PO36, this is a precipitate and can be removed easily. If it is magnesium, that leads to the formation of Na2, Mg2PO36 followed by 4 times of sodium plus it can be sodium chloride or sodium sulfate formation takes place. Thus, precipitate can be removed easily. Thus, the hardness responsible cations are replaced. Pyramid method, ion exchange method, whereas pyramid is sodium aluminium silicate, hydrated sodium aluminium silicate, whereas such kind of pyramid on reaction with the hard water consisting of the magnesium and the calcium, here the sodium ions are replaced by the calcium ions, otherwise the magnesium ions. Thus, it leads to the formation of MgAl2Si2O8 XH2O, or in case of calcium that will be converted to CaAl2Si2O8 XH2O. Whereas these of all are solids. After some time, if all the sodium atoms are replaced, then sodium pyramid does not work. That is to be the exhausted pyramid. This exhausted pyramid once again transformed towards the normal pyramid, which is fit for the reaction, whereas this solid pyramid is taken out and it is allowed to react with the brine water, sodium chloride. Thus, on reaction with the brine water solution, what happens is this +2 cationic character containing ions present in the exhausted pyramid are replaced by the sodium. Thus, once again it is converted to the natural pyramid, that is the pyramid like Na2Al2Si2O8 XH2O, artificial pyramid is going to be regenerated. Synthetic resin method. This is the best method because in this we will be getting deionized water. without having any kind of ions, pure water formation occurs. Whereas this deionized water is having many applications in industry as well as laboratory. In this, the process is executed in two steps. First is the removal of cations present in the hot water and removal of anions present in the hot water. In order to remove the cations present in the hot water, that has to be sent through the cationic resin. As I said, resin is taking a support of solid followed by a lengthy organic giant molecule connected with the carboxylic acid, otherwise the SO3H group. Whereas on sending water through this resin, what happens is whatever the cations are there, those cations are trapped in the place of H, and instead of those cations, H plus will be liberated. Suppose if it is calcium, calcium 2 plus is present, whereas this is having COOH. Two resin molecules will trap one calcium. As a result of trapping of one calcium, here two H plus ions are replacing. Similarly, after sending through the cationic resin, once again the resultant is sent through the anionic resin. Anionic resin is also the same, but it is consisting the OH free ion, whereas all anions are trapped by the anionic resin. Instead of that anion, here OH minus is replaced. Thus, overall what is going to be happening is all cations are considered, all cations are transferred towards the corresponding equivalent of H plus ions, and all anions are converted to corresponding equivalent of OH minus ions. Suppose Mx2 is there, M is plus 2. Instead of M, 2 H pluses will be liberated. Instead of every X, one OH minus will be liberated. Overall, in the place of Mx2, we will be getting two water molecules, that is combination of two cations and the two anions. Thus, all varieties of cations, not only the hardness containing things, every variety of cation is trapped by the cationic resin, every variety of anions are trapped by the anionic resin and are converted to corresponding water molecule, that is pure water. Whereas the regaining of resin after some time, similar to that of the natural pyramid, how it doesn't work, in the same way it is also exhausted. To get the proper action of this one is whatever the cations are trapped, these are to be replaced by H plus. For that it has to be diluted, reacted with diluted sulfuric acid. As a result, this cation is replaced by the more concentrated H plus, that is H. So therefore cation resin is regained. Similarly, on reaction with aqueous sodium hydroxide solution, all anion trapped resins will be regained, recharged towards the NH3OH minus types of resins. Thus, the synthetic resins can work. The disadvantages of the hot water. Hot water is unfit for washing because high soap consumption it requires, and it forms scales on the inner surface of the boiler, which takes highest amount of heat energy, wastage of fuel will occur. It is also unfit for washing and the bathing. Similarly, the pulses and the vegetables cooked in the hot water requires higher energy, that high temperature consumption is required. That is also waste of the things, and that it spoils the lustrous present on the utensils because of its salts, and also it also causes the boiler to corrosion also, because the magnesium chloride, one of the salt responsible for the hardness of water and reaction with water, that leads to hydrolysis and leads to the formation of HCl. This HCl reacts with the metal surface. As a result, its lifespan of the boiler also decreases in the industry, and also hot water scales leads to the formation of bubbling when a solvent, otherwise water, is heated in that, which causes the wastage of the fuel. Such kind of very many varieties of disadvantages are present with respect to the hot water. Degree of hardness. Here the extent of hardness present in the salts can be measured with some relation, and that relation gives the strength of hardness is said to be the degree of hardness. And degree of hardness related to the hardness of water, if you talk about the salts are present in less in quantity. Though they are less in quantity, they are offering hardness. Whereas while expressing that less in quantity will becomes very difficult. If it is lesser than unit, the expressions and the remembering will becomes difficult. Hence, this hardness is generally measured in ppm. Thus, hardness formula generally given by the weight of salt causing the hardness divided by weight of water into 10 power 6. That is, it is measured in ppms. Whereas the calcium carbonate is taken as reference. If any other salts are there, other calcium salts or other magnesium salts are there except the carbonate, bicarbonate may be there, sulfate may be there, chloride may be there, these of all are considered to be equal to that of the calcium carbonate. Hence the definition can be given by the weight of calcium carbonate or its equivalent weights of other salts of either calcium or magnesium presenting for every 10 power 6 grams of water is said to be its degree of hardness. That is, as I said in the beginning, it is measured in ppms. 1 ppm stands for 1 part weight of calcium carbonate or its equivalent of the substance present in every 10 power 6 parts by weight of water is said to be 1 ppm. Let us go for ppm in detail, the equivalent weights followed by one problem over the ppm. Weight and weight equivalence, whereas we are having different varieties of calcium and magnesium salts which are responsible for the hardness. Those are calcium bicarbonate, calcium chloride, calcium sulfate. Similarly, the magnesium bicarbonate, magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate. All are having different molecular weights. Whereas with respect to everyone, if we calculate, it becomes very difficult. That's what we are taking a simplest number containing molecular weight salt as reference, that is calcium carbonate, though calcium carbonate is not responsible for the hardness of the water. So therefore calcium carbonate molecular weight is 100, whereas calcium bicarbonate 162, calcium chloride 111, calcium sulfate 136. Similarly magnesiums are 146, 95 and 120. Here this 120 is equal to 100 mg, this 162 is equal to 100. Suppose this 120 is also considered to be what? 100 of corresponding calcium carbonate. Everything is expressed in terms of calcium carbonate. Thereby it is considered as either it is calcium carbonate weight, otherwise equivalent to that of calcium carbonate weight, followed by weights ratio into 10 power 6 gives the degree of hardness in terms of ppm. Suppose we have a problem, a 1 liter water is having 81 mg of corresponding calcium bicarbonate and the 68 mg of calcium sulfate. You are asked to calculate the degree of hardness. Here see, here the degree of hardness, otherwise hardness is caused by whom? Calcium bicarbonate and the calcium sulfate. Calcium bicarbonate molecular weight is 162, every 162 is equal to 100. Similarly calcium sulfate molecular weight is 136, every 136 is equal to 100. So therefore this is 81. So here in terms of calcium carbonate and the calcium bicarbonate, this is 100, this will be 162, whereas if it is 81, this will be how much? This is half of 162 and this will becomes equal to 50. Similarly, here we have another one thing, that is calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate is 136. If it is 100, that will be 136. Whereas the weight of calcium sulfate present is 68. This is half of 136. So therefore here it is once again another 50. So therefore total equivalent weight of calcium carbonate is 100. 100 mg is present. Hence degree of hardness can be given by weight of calcium carbonate, otherwise equivalent weight of calcium carbonate, that is 100 mg. Presenting how many amount of water, how much amount of water? 100 ml, 1000 ml of water, that is 1000 grams into 10 power 6. But I have to convert weight equivalents. If I convert this one into mgs, every gram is consisting of 1000, hence it will becomes equal to 100 divided by 1000 into 1000 into 10 power 6. So therefore this 6 cancels, that will becomes equal to what? 100 ppm. That is, the hardness of water is how much there? 100 ppm. 100 ppm implies what? 100 grams of calcium carbonate is present within 10 power 6 grams of water. Otherwise 100 mg of calcium carbonate is present in the 1000 ml of water. Otherwise 100 mg equivalent of other salts. Nothing but what? This 100 mg is equal to what? 162 mg of calcium bicarbonate, or 111 mg of calcium chloride, or 136 mg of calcium sulfate, or 146 mg of magnesium bicarbonate, or 95 mg of magnesium chloride, or 120 mg of magnesium sulfate is present. Such an information is interrelated If any other salt is there, that salt related weight is converted into calcium carbonate equivalent weight, and thereby by using ppm formula we can calculate the degree of hardness in terms of parts per million, that is ppms. Heavy water. Water with a molecular weight greater than 18 is said to be the heavy water. Heavy water is having molecular weight of 20. Instead of hydrogens there, that is heavy hydrogen, that is deuterium is present. Whereas its molecular weight is 20, molecular formula is D2O, and it is chemically known as deuterium oxide. Whereas it is discovered by Urey, and he proved that every 6000 parts of weight of normal water is consisting 1 part of heavy water in it, and D2O can be obtained by continuous electrolysis of water by using alkali. Melting and boiling points of heavy water are higher compared to that of normal water, whereas melting point of water is 0 degrees, whereas this one is 3.82 degrees, and boiling point of water is 100 degrees, and it is 101.42 degrees centigrade. Like normal water, it is also colorless, odorless, tasteless, mobile liquid. If you look at the properties, melting point, boiling point, specific heat, latent heat of vaporization, latent heat of fusion, latent heat of these two followed by density, density at maximum density at a temperature, otherwise temperature of maximum density. All these qualities are higher for heavy water, not for this, or higher for heavy water compared to the normal water. Let us go for the next part of discussion. Some quantities of heavy water are less compared to that of the normal water, like dielectric constant, polarity, solubility of ionic compounds, followed by ionic product, extent of ionization, chemical reactivity. These particular things are bigger, heavier for the normal water compared to heavy water. The chemical reactions of heavy water are similar to that of the normal water in all conditions. Similar to water, how it will react with the many varieties of metals, metal oxides, non-metal oxides, and the salts, just like sodium hydroxide followed by hydrogen, just like sulfur dioxide, sulfurous acid, just like P2O5, phosphoric acid, just like calcium carbide, calcium hydroxide followed by acetylene. In the same way, on reaction with D2O, instead of hydrogen, that hydrogen is replaced by the deuterium, like this here. Instead of sodium hydroxide, here deuterated sodium hydroxide. Instead of hydrogen, here deuterium formation takes place. Here sulfurous acid, that is deuterated sulfurous acid. Here it is aluminium hydroxide, deuterated aluminium hydroxide formation takes place. Here beryllium hydroxide and the methane, that is deuterated beryllium hydroxide and the deuterated methane formations are going to be taking place. Decomposition of salt by water is said to be the hydrolysis. In the same way, decomposition of salts by heavy water is said to be deuterolysis. Like aluminium chloride on reaction with water, aluminium hydroxide and the HCl formation takes place. Instead of that water, if I take the heavy water, that it leads to the formation of deuterated aluminium hydroxide followed by deuterated hydrogen chloride formation takes place. That is deuterochloride formation takes place. It is also used for the exchange of reactions, like active hydrogens on reaction with water replaces one with other. In the same way, here those hydrogens can be replaced by the deuterium. Sodium hydroxide on reaction with D2O, that is NaOD formation takes place. Deuterated sodium hydroxide. HCl, deuterated hydrogen chloride. Ammonium chloride, deuterated ammonium chloride followed by HDO formations takes place. Yes, uses of heavy water. Heavy water is used as germicide as well as the bactericide, as a moderator in the nuclear chemical reactions. In the study of reaction mechanism as isotopic labeling and the preparation of heavy hydrogen, and also used for the structural information and basicity of the different oxyacids. Suppose phosphoric acid produces 3 varieties of acids, implies what it is tribasic acid, 3 hydrogens can be replaced. Whereas H3PO2, only 1 hydrogen is replaceable, that is what monobasic acid. Similarly, HPO3, only 2 hydrogens are replaceable, hence it is dibasic acid. Such kind of structural information can also be known from the heavy water.